My name is Linus, and if you give me a minute, I will give you the world. Because we're moving into something that is very exciting. And actually, I have never seen, in my 30 years of working with digital transformation, I've never seen something like this. So we're in the new magic of creation. We're in that space and time right now. So I'm going to explain to you how Prototrying turns ideas into reality in minutes. And this is completely earth-shattering. So please give me a minute, and then you can skip off or actually understand what's going on right now. So what used to take months now takes minutes. This is impossible to overstate how important this is, because it's a fundamental shift in how humans create. Never before has this been possible. What is happening right now and is possible as of this moment. I just came from a session doing it. The question that will arise in your head when you're doing this continuously is this really technology that we're doing now, or is it magic? Because when you can't differentiate, the technology is so advanced that you perceive it as something magical. And if you go down this rabbit hole, you will experience it yourself. So when creation becomes instantaneous, it's the holy grail of production. How can we speed up the validation? And now it's all completely shattered, because in the new reality, you can go from an idea. Anyone can go from an idea to, well, is it a book? Is it a video? Is it a digital platform? Is it a new way of manufacturing? You can go from idea to realization to actual product in hours. This has never before been possible. I've been dreaming for this moment for 15 plus years. And I just realized today that I was working in that reality, and I should take a pause and actually understand the monumental shift this means. Because it feels supernatural, because for centuries, meaningful creation was reserved for the privileged few with resources. Not anymore. Important stuff. The distance between imagination and reality has collapsed. There is no distance anymore. An idea, product. If you follow my workflow and if you join me, create something that is idea, a product that surprised the customers with delight. But you just need to understand this fundamental thing, because if you haven't understood this yet, I hope you will send me a mail and thank me, because this is never before seen possibilities. You have a thought, you take action, you create a new reality. And for now, it's mostly reserved to digital stuff, but it's not going to be forever. And I mean, a lot of physical things only require a digital input to create a digital thing already. So this in itself is such a big shift in what needs to happen. So AI didn't just speed up production. I think that is where many are stuck, or they think, oh great, I'm safe. It just speeds up my production. I can be more productive. Great, it's a tool. Well, it changes who gets to create. And if you're watching this as an employee right now, think about it, because it also affects how fast creation happens. See it in your inner eye, how this affects everything. Because you're no longer having ideas. You're summoning new realities as fast as you can think them. We're at a place right now with practical AI that you can do it in a matter of minutes. It changes and challenges all world orders. Because once you see that, you can't unsee it. Just like with customer expectations, which is the bane of existence for all businesses that are older than 3 years, is that they keep on rising. Now, I want you as a professional to think about this. Because if you take the red pill, or whichever pill you take to actually do this, you will come to an understanding that if I'm not working in this direction, I am rendering myself less and less useful for every second that passes. That is just, you will, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Your mind will come up with biases for why this could not happen or should be applied to your job. That is what we call denial. Okay, it's a situation where everything you know is challenged, and you can read this in any hero's journey and all the books and all the movies ever created. They go through a phase of denial, because that is the human nature. We will deny this. You will find reasons why this will not apply to you. And if you're being sober about it and you say, how fast did we go from ChatGPT 3.5 and now I'm experiencing this? How quick did that happen? Was it a year? Was it 2 years? How much faster? Are they spending less money on LLMs, or are they spending more? These are the questions you need to ask yourself in a sober tone once you calm down, right? Because it will affect everything. you can do this. Yes, go out, go get a cool tool and test it. I urge you to do that. I have been doing it for years. I have come up with something that is very valid and can be scaled. But I call the new reality we're living in, it's a proto-trying reality, because that's the craft of rapid reality making. You don't focus on the polished products. You don't take it to committees, because it's an individual empowerment. And this is the one-man band, billion-dollar business that Silicon Valley loves to talk about. You can't have perfect clarity in this, because you are pushing and probing the LLMs to get as far as possible. So you don't know exactly how far you want to go. If you follow the framework that I have in my Prototrying community, we follow the customer journey. Everybody gets very educated why the customer journey is so important. It's not just about selling something fancy or delivering something fancy. It's about making sure the whole customer experience is delightful. Because if you do that, you will have people talking about your product, and it will scale automatically. You don't have to do all the tedious selling and offering and all that stuff. If you have a great product that people want to talk about, and they do that, but when you have their back, even when most businesses fail, such as in support, you can build LLMs specifically responding to every question they might have. So, but we can't do this with perfect clarity. We do it by exploring what is possible. So we embrace the ambiguity. Because we have momentum, we will be faster than the competition. So we get the speeding car to the future. Now, why does this then, when working like this, why does it feel like magic? Because the loop is no longer linear. It's not a waterfall process disguised as agile. It's actually, you have a thought, you try something out, you learn by doing, and you evolve whatever works. And you're back to thinking about what's the next step in the customer journey that needs improvement. But it's instant, it's fluid, it's experiential, and this is important. We do not learn by seeing data. We don't learn by hearing words. We learn by doing. That is how it works. That is why I sometimes challenge myself with, like, I've hosted now 20 workshops in this particular organization, but nobody's doing anything differently in the rest of the week. So we're not succeeding. We're not succeeding in the transformation because it's experiential. You need to learn by doing, and when you do things, you learn. You don't learn by thinking about learning. You learn by learning. You can do all this before lunch. So the new superpower, Prototrying transforms you into a design alchemist. And why that is because you go from friction to clarity, from chaos to structure, from sparks to prototrying, from prototry to strategy. Now you know what to evolve. Now we can actually talk about the real strategy. It's not based on, well, maybe tomorrow and maybe, no, it works now. It works now. Let's scale it. Should we scale it? How do we allocate the resources? This is what gave us this kind of reaction. Should we scale this? Now you have insight-based strategy and not Humpty Dumpty-based strategy. And strategy, of course, then inflicts the change that you need to work with. So this is the true magic. It's not just creation, it's coherence. It creates a coherence based on reality, because you are building your new realities. What this means for your organization, you can stop debating the future and you can start building it. So hours, what it takes to prototry, not quarters, not months, and possibilities, limited only by your imagination. You have at least a 10x speed increase. I helped the business do this a couple of months back. I calculated how much faster it was by doing it my method, and at least they didn't have any baselines, but based on the competence they had, at least 13 times faster. This is validated, it is true, you can do it, because you don't have to imagine the future. You can prototry it, then you play with it, and then you evolve it. Whatever works, you evolve. It's a new paradigm. Yes, it shifts everybody's roles and you have to do things and you need to reorganize. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you need to do that. A new reality has emerged, and it is the practical AI move. The future belongs to those who can create it the fastest. It's the realization. So, prototrying, the magic is real. The method is simple. You can get started right now. You can join my community, or you can do it any other way. You just need to understand that this has shifted everything. And I have weekly workshops with all of my community. It's a good place. It's just getting started, but early birds get all the worms, as they say. So you jump in, have a good time, and I hope to see you inside, because this is affecting everything.